Hey! Brick, brick pam brick, brick pam brick pam brick, brick pam brick, brick pam brick pam brick. When me I use my chopper phone, no chatting a lot. I ramp with my mother food, Spanish town.
Okay, ladies, big and serious.
Couple other phone. They think yeah.
I know we beat out some tune for unity, me now like big up on yourself, you know what I mean?
And a school.
You know how to call me. Well, ladies, I want to ask you a question. Look here.
Yeah, my gun, which spot?
Yo, sorry, me G, like I the wrong number this.
Hey.
Now I'm piece of one man, but I like. Hello, good night.
You see right now, me and Jed son.
I'm talk to
I
Keisha.
tell you where we be.
Hello. Yeah, I'm talk to Keisha there. You want to talk to who? Yo.
Stainless. Don't delete it.
Teeth brush, kiss my back up on my cheeks before the road crush. You say I pray first.
Hey,
Call the son, make sure I'm gone school.
early.
Call the mama, tell her I said
Right now, we there. Whoa.
she trustworthy. You know we outside like every day. When I feel she would come when if you make some listen me guys. We got food I feed. Let me tell you, pump up for me that and let's see if you see me out. Just run it quick before
Hold on.
Yo, GT beats, yo, stainless. Don't delete it. Wake up, teeth brush, kiss me that up on her cheeks before the road crush. You say I pray first. Yeah. Call me son, make sure I'm gone school early. Call me mama, tell her send me a touch the road. Cause she trustworthy. You know we outside like every day. When I feel she would come when if you make some when you see me guys. We got food I feed. Let me tell you, pump up for me that and let's see if it's
I wonder if we could play a tune here in a right
we are going to the fight, and when you say we don't like the reality, if you go through it, you must get the pain.
Peter Piper go pick up a pickle pepper, but me get them hotter than the pepper, them a Peter Piper pick. Hotter than the jalapeno, them a Mexico, me tell you sweet pepper never in it. 645 bubble pan the give up tip. You step in the road, girl, you want the topic. Get something small, you gigantic. You born me 12 and front look extra thick. Good life for sure, by you. Camera like a
turn it up on that, trust me.
clean. Tattoo look titty by you. Your man a mark you, him a left hickey by you.
What a style, 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 what a style. 2019 is a money scheme. Father, it's like a movie. Toronto, boy. Miami. What a style, yeah, what a style, yeah. No,
I don't want to lie, I don't want to get too dark, you know.
and what a style, yeah, what a style, yeah. What a style, yeah.
I don't want to get too dark, trust me. What?
Now I'm dedicated to my niggas in the pen. Now I'm my friends to the end. Now I'm dedicated to my niggas in the pen. Now I'm my friends to the end. Anything joy, ain't no place for me. Into joy, only will set me free. Anything joy, ain't no place for me. Into joy, only will set me free. So free from the shackles and the chain. Jail life I get to me brain. Me out.
We are the humble youth, you know.
Yeah. Days after days.
All me want to make paper.
Years after years.
Cause
It's
what?
like the time done. No
Alone we fear, we no fear no man. So when them a come in and they group and gang, we no fear them, no fear no man. Jah alone we fear, we no fear no man. And them must think it's a Christmas song when them hear man a talk about rapapam. Cause we dey on the beach back, yeah. We Jah there beside we, yeah. The enemy them a pray, but we glad say I still a sick guide we, yeah. So all when them a search, man a stand up in their face them no find we, yeah. We just a go and do your works. We just study the pagan way behind me. No, enough of them now go like we. You we keep countryside lively. No radio DJ them a fight we. Them no one play with you, try spite we. And enough of them we want to be dead. Oh, we no laps and take things lightly. Only faith you and hope we behave. What's love in our heart things high. Jah alone we fear. We no fear no man. So when them a come in and they group and gang, we no fear them, no fear no man. Jah alone.
Yes, sir. We go kill him with the wine, girl. Kill him with the wine. That's right. Hey. Splash. Body wet up.
Easy.
Kill him with the wine, girl. Kill him with the wine, girl. Hey. Splash. Body wet up. Red girl, what the man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and bubble. Body wet like prefer, baby. Splash. Body wet up. Red girl, what the man them prefer. Drip drop when I wine and bubble. Body wet like prefer, baby. Splash.
What you call that sauce? Kinda wine make man what the boss. Cause them want me single. Them man want to mingle.
People, I want the baddest whining song in the world. Every girl, come on, that's spread out the line.
Bad girl, back it up when you wine pan this. She don't click tap when you wine pan this. Push your right back when you wine pan. Make your fat body clap when you wine pan this. No back and run when you wine pan. Give me the roll up when you wine pan. If you like your walk when you wine pan. Make the thing man go. I lit up. 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 Press that gas when you wine in beer. I lit up. I lit up. I lit up. I lit up.
Talking more oily.
Hey yo, Swag, what the driver's license number be for this rhythm, me boy? This thing dry, she got a juice, she got a juice, she got a juice. Hey yo, Swag, what the driver's license number be for this rhythm, me boy? This thing dry, she got a juice, she got a juice, she got a all of the gyal bend down, walk up.
Ladies, come to your screen. Come to your screen. Hey. Why?
Sexy girl a bite her lips. She a close her eyelids. She a hold her on the grid. Me love how you close on it. Sexy girl a bite her lips. She a cool.
You want to see what's going on in your chat room, you know? You want to know what's going on? Over there, so.
I call you
Jenny, do yourself. Yo, Terror.
It's it, no?
Right now, I just enjoy myself. You understand?
Father. Sexy girl a bite her lips. She a close her eyelids. She a hold her on the grid. Me love how you close on it. Sexy girl a bite her lips. She a close her eyelids. She a hold her on the grid. Me love how you close on it. Every girl, shake a pose, every girl a touch them toes, shake a pose, every girl a touch them toes, every girl a do it, every girl a do it, every girl a do it, every girl.
Come by your screen.
Squat below again.
Hey.
Again, squat below again.
Why?
Take your bottom and you map up the floor again. Simon says, do as you do again.
Lean forward, hold your ankle, hold your ankle. Yeah, you are the baddest, them can't tell you nothing, so. Yeah, you are the baddest, them can't tell you nothing, so give them your attitude. Go sick, make them mix it, put them in a check, cause you know you can knock it up. Do what you want. Do what you want. Come off the edge, girl, say it. Balance on it, don't make it. Drop. You got it. Walk it up. Twist up your face
them can't tell you nothing, so give them your attitude. Go sick make them vex, put them in a check, cause you know you can back it up.
They like going fleshy, they love going fat, they like going fleshy. Look here, fat, me pocket, fat, when I push it, fat. Tell me again, look here, fat, me pocket, fat, when I push it, fat. Yeah, only me to me back, I'm bend it up.
Right now, let me pitch up the place, you understand?
Everybody
know. Let me see you put your hands in the air right now and push them up and up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands and up and up, up and up, up and up. Everybody hands and up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands and up and up, up and up, up and up. The place go fast and for this. Setting this one, all we know. The place will tear up for this. Setting this one, all we know. I heard you want police. Mash up this one, all we know. Boom, anywhere, any venue, anywhere, all we go. Boom, hands up like fitness. Show the world, make everybody witness. On the road with a band that big, big. And the girls waistline just gifted. One things, we don't want people business. And if I put them out now quick, quick. Around here, we don't support no mischief. Cause it's party time, we can't miss this. Boom, not just how we say, but we want from up in here. They back, we too chill while we calm down. Up in here, we not going to live till it's all done. Up in here, find a girl and jump cause we want one. And we just go up and up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. Everybody hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. The place go fast and for this. Setting this one, all we know. The place will tear up for this. Setting this one, all we know. I heard you want police. Mash up this one, all we know. Boom, anywhere, any venue, anywhere, all we go. Boom, hot behavior, bring that and come. Once you reach the party lockdown. Well, the thing the battles was done. Other and next one, we want the next round. Anywhere the bag and us spun. And the wine, the girl, and we're stunned. Every fetish we start the masses, we bring the price, the party shell down. Not just how we say, but we want from up in here. They back, we too chill while we calm down. Up in here, we not going to live till it's all done. Up in here, find a girl and jump cause we want one. And we just go up and up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. Everybody hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. The place go fast and for this. Setting this one, all we know. The place will tear up for this. Setting this one, all we know. I heard you want police. Mash up this one, all we know. Boom, boom. All the fans up. So check some information. Look here. Let me see you put your hands in the air right now and push them up and up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. Everybody hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. The place go fast and for this. Setting this one, all we know. The place will tear up for this. Setting this one, all we know. I heard you want police. Mash up this one, all we know. Boom, anywhere, any venue, anywhere, all we go. Boom, hands up like fitness. Show the world, make everybody witness. On the road with a band that big, big. And the girls waistline just gifted. One things, we don't want people business. And if I put them out now quick, quick. Around here, we don't support no mischief. Cause it's party time, we can't miss this. Boom, not just how we say, but we want from up in here. They back, we too chill while we calm down. Up in here, we not going to live till it's all done. Up in here, find a girl and jump cause we want one. And we just go up and up and up, up and up, up and up. When you see we hands gone up and up, up and up, up and up. Everybody hands gone up and up, up and up. When you see we
Bend your back, start look back. Bend your back, start look back. Walk it up, girl. Walk it up, girl.
I don't me want. Calm some of the lights in
Walk it up, girl. Walk it up, girl.
Whoa.
Girl. Boom. Walk it, set it. Walk it, set it, set it. Walk it, set it, set it. Girl, walk it, set it, set it, set it. Walk it, set it, set it, set it. Walk it, set it, set it. Let me see you, girl.
Put down, 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 put down.
your back. Start look back. Bend your back. Start look back. Walk it up, girl. 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 Boom. Walk it. Set it. Walk it. Set it. Set it. Walk it. Walk it. Set it. Set it. Set it. Girl, walk it. Walk it. Set it. Set it. Walk it. Walk it. Set it. Set it. Walk it. Walk it. Set it. Set it. Let me see you, girl. Let me see you, girl. Come up. Come up. Come up. Take time on. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Bouncy body, girl. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Boom. Position and jiggle up your body, girl. You can't hear? Jiggle up your body, girl. To the left, to the right, just wiggle. How is the hot red mustache drizzle? You put the W in a waist. Love girl back down. Waist. Say she better body one style walk. You almost be ready. Go. Fast wine, fast wine, fast wine, fast wine, faster wine, faster wine, faster wine. No lazy behind. Push it back, push it back, push it back, push it back. Rock it, set it, rock it, set it, rock it, set it. Hello, kid. So tippy tippy tip tippy tip panina. So push that back panina. And I'm causing a scene. What I mean is wild out, wild out, wild out. Girl, just show me what you about. Bend your back right out. Hands up, bump. Take time on. Touchdown, 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 touchdown. Hands go up, belly bumpers drop down, 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 drop down. So the girl want rama. She don't want a soft thing, she just wanted a drama. Nothing serious, she don't want drama. Say bend up your waist like a inverted comma. Yeah, oh mama. Girl go down, go down, go down, go down. So tippy tippy tip tippy tip panina. So push that back panina. And I'm causing a scene. What I mean is wild out, wild out, wild out. Girl, just show me what you about. Bend your back right out. Hands up, bumpers down. Touchdown, 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 touchdown. Hands go up, belly bumpers drop down, 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 drop down. So the girl want rama. She don't want a soft thing, she just wanted a drama. Nothing serious, she don't want drama. Say bend up your waist like a inverted comma. Yeah, oh mama. Girl go down, go down, go down, go down. Take her to the ground. You see all the wine I like that. The kind of wildness I like that. Girl you
Show me.
Yeah, you go straight. Let me go. Chop it out. Chop it out. Yeah, walk up on me, settle. Yeah, walk up on me, settle. Yeah, walk up on me, settle.
What that? The mic drop. Anyway, you were going on, people. Maybe that happened for a reason. You understand? We're going to just beat out certain tune. We're going to just bounce, you understand? Gotcha. But I lie. Time on me now. Look here. Ready? Are your turn? Hey!
Do you have a little time to spend with me?
Whoa!
I wanna know what's been going on in your life. Talk to me, baby. Your hair, perfume you wear, things.
Talk to me. Go on. There's a reason why. I don't understand why. But you know, we got to just continue and beat it out, you know. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bring your ass on in here. I got something for you.
Whoa! Hey!
Busted, it's 2 damn o'clock in the morning. Where you been?
Baby, didn't you get my two-way? I was with my girlfriend.
You a lie. I called Keisha and Tanya and they were both at home.
But I didn't say them though.
But them only friends I know, girl, you better
wait before you get all upset. Here's the truth.
talk to me.
I was with my girl when she got some bad news. Her man cheated, had her upset and confused.
When you feel it in your body, you found somebody who makes you change your ways, like hanging with your crew. Said you act like you're ready, but you don't really know. And everything in your past, you wanna let it go. I've been there, done it, on the ground. After all that, this is what I found. Nobody wants to be alone. If you're touched by the words in the song, then baby, you got it bad. When you're on the phone, hang up and you call right back. Oh, you got it bad. If you miss a thing without your friend, your whole life's all right. Oh, you got it bad when you start.
I don't want to make a last level out and keep it easy, you understand?
All you think. When I'm in need of loving, I will turn to you, only you. Baby, no long me, I look for you. Come save me, and I've been missing you too, like crazy. Girl, just come back and make my heart stop it. One night, you know, say me no fuck nothing since lately. My girl, she run it cool and woke up in a Tracy. Man, I go lie, she teeth, but that never faze me. My friend, them last first time, my pussy whip. You put.
Yeah. Shorty, I know what you need. I got everything you need. I promise I ain't gonna hold out, nigga. I'm gonna give it all to you, baby. Swear to God. That's it. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want. You know I got it, baby. If you give it to me, I'll give it to you. As long as you want, you know I.
You feel the vibe is contagious. Look in your eyes, it's dangerous. Grateful I had all the patience. I know you're going through some challenges. You taking pictures, know your angles. Ooh, no, it ain't perfect, but we damn close. Ooh, you give me something I can pay for. No angel, but you got a halo. When it's nights like this, I really wanna be right here. I really wanna take you there. When it's nights,
ladies, if you're looking for something in life, you know.
Wanna be right here. I really wanna take you. Baby, come give me something, oh. Baby, come give me something, oh.
Hello?
Cause I can't stop loving, yeah. Since I got a taste of your love. Baby, come give me something, oh.
God, you know who I am. Tried to be on the low, but you ain't slow. Keep my shirt open, eyes low. Get a lot of paper, I know, but you ain't into that. You like real facts. Like if you show love, you gon' get it back. Like if you good, you won't get it back. Like if you want a real that, gon' rap to that like, we can go and get a private room. We could for one night and God jump the broom. Say it, chill.
Baby, come give me something, oh. Baby, come give me something, oh.
See the thing about you that caught my eye is the same thing that makes me change my mind. Kinda hard to explain, but girl, I'll try. You need to sit down, this may take a while. See this girl, she sorta
Every
little thing that we do should be between me and you. The freaky things that we do is between me and you. Cause every little thing that we do should be between me and you. The freaky things that we do is between me and you.
Yo, now when I first met her, all I thought was down the down. Like lose the lane, we can get out, free to get on. Baby, know the game, slip away. Slap me your number, it's the last day of spring. See you first day in summer. I'm a bad mother, shut your mouth. Pull the drop out, creep at a low speed. Cause homie probably know me. I push the pedal.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. I'm a twist cabbage off instinct. Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. I'm a twist cabbage off instinct. Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. I'm a twist cabbage off instinct.
But I'm still in
escape terror.
Oh, na, 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 na. Oh, na, 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 na. It's DJ Terror. Who got the keys to my bimmer? Who am I? The girls them sugar. How can I make love to a fella in a rush? Pass me the keys to my truck. Who am I? The girls them lock. And I, we make love to pressure.
I do.
But I get red deep like a bucket. Drop for your nigga and your nigga can't stitch it. Drop for your oxen like a cow, you wanna chop it. Drop for your pickaxe like a gun, you wanna dig it. It's like a riverside up on the bank and you take it. It's like a bicycle so you hold it and dash it. So you watch it, so you crash it. She a tell you say you grab it. Girl, she a beg you wanna ball, take it, stop it.
Well, me want to see you one in the air. You never get a slam yet, for your I care. All of the and them in the air, yeah, me there. You never get a slam for your bus fare. First of them, yeah, me there. In the latest aware. Them can't smear your career. With you, them want compare. But you know borrow where. You know chase man like Chuck here. Well, woman no wanna bait. Them not gonna feel violate. If you accelerate, pan a day, them more you infiltrate. Woman, them more you tear down them wall and them gates. In the air, what me say, woman no wanna bait.
Yeah, man, so here, if you're on the live right now, just share the live with a friend, share the live with a family. I want to say good night to each and every one of you. Let's do this.
Well, woman, I want to good from a knock boat where you are. You fit tell that for tear off his suit. Them no wanna do it whenever in the mood, and them no want a little boy with no girl attitude. Well, I know nothing to we either. In the girl, them pathway, man, a slide and a
shout out to everybody that know lockdown on the live.
Bedroom argument like for divider. Get you right, woman, no want to bait. Them not gonna feel
it don't matter where you're from.
Accelerate on a day, the more you infiltrate. Woman, the more you tear down them wall and them gates. In the year what we say, some man no want to bait. Them not gonna feel violate if you accelerate on a day, the more you infiltrate. Woman, the more you tear down them wall and them gates. In the year well, natural like a fruit from this day. Yellow get right, the road wipe off when I'm at the play. Not see it, say she name Queen Bee. But to make a big and a wait for now.
Go down some go now please me, go now sinner, go down love, go now simmer, go now please me, go now sinner, go down love, go now simmer, go now please me, go now sinner, go down love.
I want to shout out to everybody that out there enjoying the vibes right now.
Sometimes you love too hard.
Check.
Sometimes you go too far.
Again.
No, I won't want you if you need me. Little things don't come easy, no. Never been your average girl. So take time with me, take time. Baby, talk to me with some action.
Can we get some vibes up in here right now?
Go down someone, go now please me, go now sinner, go down love, go now someone, go now please me, go now sinner.
Woman want good love, not sympathize. Woman want good love.
Anybody here remember classic hits like these?
Love a girl, Adi, step up.
She want a lover, man.
Action,
At a bag of mood,
so we.
don't be made the girl them broke out.
Action,
At a bag of mood,
so we.
don't be made the girl them broke out.
You think you are so fine.
Big chat no work, yeah, man, watch the time.
Stop playing with my mind.
Woman no in a joke when she will want the wine.
You call me on the phone.
I know what a talking angel come down.
And now I want you home.
I tell Jackie, girl, me nah use no stone.
Action,
At a bag of mood,
sweet.
don't be made the girl them.
So me tell her this,
Action,
anybody here was watching that live?
Don't be made the girl.
Being the man a bounty killer.
I need some action.
You see the power of the Caribbean culture.
Satisfaction.
Jano.
Chemistry is flowing. Can you cause a chain reaction? I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is flowing. Can you cause a chain reaction?
Bedroom bully, she no want that you know. She want a man to caress her up like so. And I make love to woman like a war them a go. Woman a ball in a agony and all about. Sure, hardcore loving man you must be insane. Woman no want no man to make she feel pain. Sweet loving in the falling rain. Sweet loving a mix of all grain.
She miserable, says she's stressed, so me give her some sex. And just loving, them a request. Them here say we have the best. That's why gyal a stake out my home and a blow up my phone, cause she want the vitamin S. Gyal want smoke my cigar and a run down a car, cause she want the vitamin S. Gyal a unbutton her skirt and a pop off her shirt, cause she want the vitamin S. Gyal not take no less, cause it good to stress them, want them vitamin S. Gyal.
You want a proper fix? Call me. You want to get your kicks? Call me. You want your cheese sticks? Call me. Me have the remix? Call me. From the other days, like I play some boy I play. Me hear the girls calling, hear the girls bawling, hear the girls crying out.
What she say?
I want a dude with the wickedest slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how a man. I want a dude who would time it to the fan. I thought that in time, but he feels like a man. I want a dude with the wickedest slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how a man. I want a dude who would do me in his van. I thought back in time, but he feels like a man.
I get now.
If you love it, allot me one time. Allot me if you want the wickedest wine. I know it's been a while, but baby, never mind.
Right about now, we're gonna just set the vibes.
The whole line, yo.
Later on, you're in for cheap.
Dream. Me love to put it on, make them wriggle and scream. Well, me get a call.
Shout out to my ladies out there that going through some hard times right now. It's okay.
I want a dude with the wickedest slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how a man. I want a dude who would time it to the fan. I thought back in time, but he feels like a man. I want a dude with the wickedest slang. I need a 1, 2, 3, how a man.
Yo!
I want a dude who would do me in his van. I thought back in time, but he feels like a man.
Relax and hear songs like this.
Them other girls, no matter them. Now them are just my friend and my fans. And I got a lot of them. So no go, real never live lonely.
Can I play my favorite song and do it?
Baby girl, I love you and you know I tell no lie. Baby girl, I just can't stop looking in your eye. Baby girl, I love you and don't take me for no toy. Don't take me for no food because I'm the real McCall.
How much time I gotta apologize to you? I'm tell you something, I'm sorry a million times, babes. I'm sorry, alright? Oh boy.
If I did it wrong, girl, I'm sorry. You know you are the one that you want to marry. I apologize for my bad behavior. Girl, you make me do what I do, but I can't live without you.
I know say you vex on the flex on me make, and me should nigga back to me like in a sex. But the Hennessy you bustin' on me head, you jumping on my bed.
This is where you just bust a wine.
What's a wine can double up same time. Bust a wine. I liquid for the girl I'm getting up. Show. Bust a walk and then you bust a wine. Girl you know ugly like Frankenstein. Love how you bubble and do it one time. Lock it up and a man and breathe. Girl, give me your everything. Make you my everything, girl. Come wine.
Don't forget next week Friday.
You are busted.
It don't matter. Just make sure you go out and vote.
Climb and go up on the thing, girl.
Oh, you make mad vibes.
Time to get some of your loving champion. Get your body wet like the ocean. Make yourself the picture open. Wine for me in a slow motion. You use to live.
Take a wine. Where you at now?
You what in a me real life. You
at in the gym.
I'm putting on me bed and take you out the magazine. You are the cream of the cap in the steam. You are me African queen. Girl, wine and go on the thing. Climb and go on the thing. Girl, go on the thing. You are my everything.
Somebody tell her this.
Give me everything.
Okay, hold on. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna tag your friend, your family, tag somebody close to you right now. Tag them.
I said, Lord, my friend, them one day, them say, Chicago, John Reese is a jerk. Yes, really rod than you. Now, say, Lord, my friend, them one day, them say the same. Or if them are premature, the world say me name. Or if them stick around, only just be the fan. The friends me
I'm talking about all my real true friends out there right now.
Y'all the girl, you just do not make friend, do me like how them do garnet. Wipe it out when them planet. Evil people a chat from we planet. From them we no wanna spliff, none a chronic. When me see our friend do to bujo, don't hate me if me not trust no for uno. No sell them friend for the cup of ice water. Show them now why if it now sell out me friend them one life them say the same. Or if them a pre me through the world 7 days. Or if them stick around, only just be the fair.
Yo, DJ Rich, big up.
Friends me ask to know if me
can me pick up the whole team right now.
Family. Yeah, I know that. And me say family. If I want to me hate a fern killer, me no believe in a fern killer. Family. And me say family. Me love me family, them do me hard. You do the earth, one of them real kill it. Yeah, shut up. Family.
They said this is the anthem.
He said family. If I want to me hate a fern killer, me no believe in a fern killer. Family. And me say family. Me love me family, them do me hard. You do the earth, one of them real kill it. They to the end, they from me start. Me real better them. And them no know when we are buy 3 sardines and 1 pound of rice from shop. And them no know when we are get chased by cops and yeah.
Check.
All the woman make it now. We know how struggle feel. And we know all of them.
And we know who.
Real now make them trick me and kill me. No way, you must see mad. Life are the greatest thing that me no let. Now me no let my God. Can't trick me and kill me. No way, you must see mad. Life are the greatest thing that me no let. Now me no let my God. It's a right now.
Take a dance.
It's dancing, it's moving, it's electric. Little kids, hot girls request this. Come on now, everybody catch this. DJ select this, skip to my loop. Oh, skip to my loop. Yeah, skip to my loop. Skip to my loop. Yeah. We're dancing from evening till sunlight. This dance is so nice. Slide left, slide right. Just do it, skip to my loop.
Dancers and the party people in here right now. It's okay, it's a Monday, you can party.
The dancing princess appear. Everybody sing around, go watch, sticking on the Jim get drunk and don't feel. Then you slip to Malou with your hand in the ear. Gee-whiz, this a go on every dance all mix. Guess who we catch a slip, now the great Jack Rabbits.
Yo!
Cool, everybody join dancing school. Bring down ravers and go back to school.
It's dancing, it's moving, it's electric. Little kids, hot girls request this. Come on now, everybody catch this.
What you gonna say, what you gonna do? 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 Girl, I like the way you move. I like the way you groove. I like the way you set me on fire. I like the way you feel. I know that this is real. You're taking me higher and higher. What you gonna say, what you gonna do? 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 That one you build up by the Q spot. Dance easy, no muddy. When you are doing something glad. Cola style.
If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby.
Hold on. Any loyal fans in here right now? Any loyal fans in here?
If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Yeah. Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me. No do, say that, oh. No do, shakara, oh.
Let's get this party started right now. Tap that friend, let's go.
Joanna, your busy body, busy tonight. Mad. Joanna, making all the dummy tonight. Joanna, Your busy body giving me life, oh. Hey, life, hey.
Yo!
How you do me like Joanna? Joanna. How you do me like Joanna? Joanna. How you gonna do me like Joanna? Joanna. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Joanna.
I know some of you can't wait until next week Friday, but let me tell you something.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, I go fly. I can go bust, eye for eye. I can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the drive, man it's so tough.
Alright, yo, put the belly on the bay, make a catch. See no watch, now she wanna give. Boy got peas, now she hopping in the pod. Man, a real life sugar gal, I might forget what. When she want dark, told her meet me at the top. Switching lanes the other day, I seen her waiting for a bus. Maybe this a Moncler sweater, diesel denim. Buying over with my pockets fat like heather. Neck froze like I don't know no better. Benzo truck, white seats and they leather. Go broke never, on my grind. She make it clap like I'm Busta Rhymes. I got the juice, the sauce and all them things. I blammed her twice a night with all my bling. Big Benz I drive, I brought that thing. Any girl you want, they were my team.
Don't rush, slow touch, brown and white. Like I go country, grab and buy. We can go bust, eye for eye. We can lose trust. White rum, fizzy pop. Where you they go, we they go up. Catch my vibe, let me go off. Blam the drive, man it's so tough. Flood my eyes. Blush, back to the tour bus, getting cool up. E-square, got on de-stress, got a hand wash, new racks with the old Nikes in the shoebox. Keep my stripes, no cuss. Pull up in a new plate, and she might just. She went tryna move bait when her eyes locked. New tints on a coupe, that's a head loss. Off my whites, right my wrongs. Gucci my mum, want you to do your thumbs. Count my sums, this is gonna get long. Love my green, I'm tryna get strong. Tryna get on, where I'm from, it's fun. Yes, man don't take it.
Bossy, Godfather, man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy. Fling a rag a rhythm like it's all free. Bossy, house on the coast G. My money so long it doesn't know me. Just looking at my kids like I'm bossy.
Hey yo, Idris, tell them what they're gonna take the. One step you step out to that turn up in a this. Body comfortable, I'm physically fit. I'm brown and sweet, just like the chocolate. Yo, Wiley, them all sound like me. They done up pretty with the okra body. Shut down in the city with me bad girl. Every man want piece of me. The back of them a pop and them a bun. Man want wine behind me have to move and dusty. I'm looking for a brother who got hella pound. 079 baby,
turn me on, turn me on. 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 Girl, when you wind up your body, I just gotta wine on you. It makes me feel so happy just to stand behind you, oh baby. I just wanna know, did you come in there alone? Baby, let me know so I could get a bit.
Every girl I say fit them tight, but you have the pretty way you hold me in up. Me a fi ask you, how you pretty so? You me a muggle with anywhere me go. You are the prettiest girl inna the dance. If you want, fi me say take off the glove. I must see God saying you from up above. Baby, me tell you me fall in love. Y'all mind pon this fat, bump on it. No flap, come climb pon it. Just like that, it's like out. Pushy, come, y'all mind. You're fat.
Yo, balance it up. Give me that. Give me wine.
Can I talk to my ladies right now?
Hey, girl, you have a perfect body with a perfect smile. Perfect body with a perfect smile. Perfect body with a perfect smile. You're deaf. My girl, you a champion. Bubble like a bubble for a cause. Bubble for a cause, girl, bubble for a cause. When you a bubble pan, you me eye pass. Girl, you make me know, sir. Don't give a false. Girl, your lips, them minty like hearts. Bring your gift like a Santa Claus. Girl, your waistline I got through.
The ladies say, tell I wanna fuck a wine. I wanna fuck a wine.
Girl, your skin clean. Girl, you smell nice. Your smile so beautiful. You are my choice. Baby, you're perfect. You're perfect. You're perfect to me. Yeah, you're perfect. You're perfect. You're perfect.
Why this make you feel like though? Why this make you feel like though? Why this make you feel like though?
girl.
I wanna see you now.
Until you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your, broke off your, broke off. Hey girl, hey girl. Why this make you feel like though? Why this make you feel like though? Why this make you feel like though? Girl, come wine till you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your, broke off your, broke off your back. If you broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your, broke off your, broke off your back. Girl, you know you got the glue, know you got the glue, know you got the glue. Come broke off your back, broke off your back, broke off your, broke off your, broke off your back, girl. Who you are ramp with? On no game. Anytime you're ready, girl. So me name. The place get wet like in a rain. And I make you feel high like on a plane. She say I saw the love, the art. Baseline sweet and I touch the spot. Dancing, she love do that. Girl, go to the chat. Come wine till you broke off your back. Broke off your back. Broke off your, broke off your, broke off your back. If you broke off your back, broke off your back. Broke off your, broke off your, broke off your back. My girl, come flip it like a flippergram. Flip it like a flippergram. Make your bumper flip like a flippergram. Flip it like a flippergram. Flip it like a flippergram. You ready? Y'all wind up on my body, girl. Why like it's a carnival? Girl, me love the way you wine for me. Girl, your wine is so emotional. So wind up on
yeah,
my
man, everything good, everything nice. We just setting the vase for later on. So me tell me it's a bubble, 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 bubble.
Girl, you a party animal. Girl, you active, no, you no lazy. Girl, you a party animal.
Hold on, I want you to take up your rag. I want you to take up your flag. I want you to take up anything. And just wave the bad my people out of your life now.
No, me know. I know for them why you're dead and gone.
Wave them out of your life right now.
Dead and gone. You know me happy see me one band. So when them see me on the top, you know me one gone. Goodbye to me haters. Soon, my friends. Girl, try it. Golly. Me can't believe it. No, me know. I know for them why you're dead and gone. But everywhere you go, you hold your head and gone. You know me happy see me one band. So when them see me on the top, you know me one gone. Goodbye to me haters. Soon, my friends. Me a pray for Jamaica. Me soon again. It's hard to be away from the land you love.
Check. Hold on, I want you to post the constituency you're representing in the chat right now. Post the constituency you're representing.
Just while I'm fresh and I'm feeling right. The dogs check me with the cars and bikes. We turn it up till the broad daylight. Let's show some love, no more wild.
Post the constituency you're representing in the chat right now.
We pick the fruits, all fruits right. We are not some boy with some cartoon hype. We the girls and their cars with styling. I know for them why you're dead and gone. But everywhere you go, you hold your head and gone. You know me happy see me one band. So when them see me on the top, you know me one gone. But me vice I they give for the price. They don't want to see me live for me nice. They must snake them and cheese to the mice. That's why they want me to go.
Careful with them. Why?
Smiling your face and talking you bad and making up things that far from the facts. Why you talking about me? I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. I'm telling you, please don't judge me. God don't put you to watch me. He don't like ugly, so tell them keep their eyes off me.
Look up, if you're in this chat right now and you're thankful for life, you may not have a big account right now. But if you're thankful for life, just send me the prayer emoji.
You take it easy, sour, when say. Thank God I'm alive and well. I'm alive and well. And there ain't no fake smile at my eyes, can't tell. No, yo. But man, you don't know, when you must tell them you will see me now. Can't see me now. Envious people of
watching me things. So you want to show out, they can't talk to me. Guardian angels watch over me. Every morning I kneel down and pray for my family. Look, I say, you want to show out, no bad company. Could take away what you give to me. When I see negative energy,
look on the man, tell them.
Bad mind, I don't know, send you, but tell them you will see me now. You see me now. You see me now. Envious people, I beg you please, when you see me, don't see me now. Don't see me now. That's impossible to do. 'Cause if you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be cooking the way you do. You can be hooking me. If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking me. Come on. I don't know what to do, so I'm bleeding. Plus you ain't give me no reason. You tell me this is the end of the season. My shop we think. Life on a game, me don't want be your enemy. Respect the peace, my little brother. Want make a money get you bread better. Peace and this dance, I keep on no argument. We don't want no one peace, one no strength.
Team Unity government is a high-performing government, and it is a government that is working for you.
Look how the nation is on the rise. Look how the place just full of vibes. East and west have to civilize. Our twin federation is on the rise.
Working with the people of our twin islands, your Team Unity government is delivering a new style of leadership that has set St. Kitts and Nevis in the right direction. Our federation now has a safer, stronger future to look forward to with real opportunities for all.
Life on a game, me don't want be your enemy. Peace don't exist in violent heart. And it does not mean to be in a society where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. But to be in the midst of it with a calm heart. Let's show some love and be free. Look how the place full of us again. Look how the place full of energy. When we say energy, it's about unity. Look how we can link with me brother them. From in a different community. Life on a game, me don't want be your enemy.
We gotta work much harder. Gotta live together. All the faith.
Unity all the way. Unity all the way. Unity in sect. Unity in 5. Unity in 4. Unity in 3. Unity in 1.
Let that guide you.
We are now one of the best small island independent states in the world.
The last 5 years have seen so much for the people of Central Bastia and this country on a whole. I can't wait to see another term of unity. To see my people looking for the family.
West Bastia deserves representation that puts the people of West Bastia first.
My only goal right now is to fight for the people of constituency number 4 and bring home this thing.
Look how the place full of us again. Look how the place full of energy.
This government has performed on behalf of the people of Sandy Point.
From in a different community. Life on a game, me don't want be your enemy.
It is very clear we have a caring government which have the interests of our people first.
No one piece hold your strength. Some with bad mind can't cool well possess with them evil mess. But what will
choose hope over despair? Choose unity over division.
Look how the nation is on the rise. Look how the place just full of vibes. East and west got to civilize. Our twin federation is on the rise.
As Prime Minister, I am satisfied that when you voted and you gave Team Unity the opportunity to serve you, you made the best choice for St. Kitts and Nevis.
Unity, look at me for link with me brother them. From in a different community. Yes. Life on a game, me don't want to be your enemy. Peace don't exist in violent heart. And it does not mean to be in a society where there is no noise, trouble, or hard work. But to be in the midst of it with a calm heart. Let's show some love and be free.
Good night, one and all. Tonight we want to thank God for His presence, that we are here once again, giving Him thanks, giving Him praise. Tonight we just want to bow our heads as we go before Him in prayer. As we close our eyes in reverence, most kind and loving and heavenly Father, we want to thank you. We want to thank you, God, because you are still the great God. Father, tonight, dear God, we want to thank you for bringing us this far, because like the songwriter said, we've come this far by faith. Father, leaning on your everlasting arms. And tonight we want to thank you, dear God, for that arm that is upholding us tonight, dear God, the arm of righteousness. We thank you, God, that tonight as we are here together as a family in unity, God, you are here in the presence with us. Father, tonight, dear God, we can do nothing without you. With you, all things are possible. And tonight, as we come as a family, united together as one, we pray, dear God, that you will bless each and every one of us that is here. Father, tonight, dear God, we ask you to touch your people. Touch these candidates tonight, dear God, from the crown of their head to the sole of their feet. Let nothing of the enemy come nigh them, dear God. We rebuke the devourer, dear God. Father, we pray, dear God, for strength, dear God. We pray for vision, dear God. Let them be in lack of nothing, dear God. Tonight we call upon your name and we declare your Shekinah glory. We rebuke the devourer on their behalf tonight, dear God. And we apply the blood of Jesus from the crown of their head to the sole of their feet. Satan, we declare that you are defeated over their lives. Tonight we've got the power. We've got the victory. We've got everything, Lord, as we place everything in your hands. God, we let us lean not on our own understanding. Let us remember you in everything. And tonight as we go through, dear God, we pray for the men and women of God, dear God. We pray, dear God, that you will be in the midst with them. As they go to the fire, you promise the fire will not burn them. Lord, as they go to the waters will not overflow them. With them you stand, because we declare unity is power. United we stand, divided we fall. And we will not be divided. We will stand together in unity and love. We will conquer all. We will go in boldness and togetherness. We will brave the storm, and whatever may come the tides, tonight we know with you all things are possible. So God, we thank you. We thank you for what is about to happen in this place. We thank you for the barriers to be broken and the yokes to be broken, Lord. We thank you right now for Minister Hamilton tonight. Father God, we know that you are strengthening him. Lord, we thank you right now that each and every one of them is strengthened by you. Continue to have your way as we give everything to your honor and your glory. God, have your way. Let everything be done decently and in order as we praise you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, land of beauty, a country where peace abounds, as thy children stand free on the strength of will and love, with God in all our struggles, Saint
Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Team Unity virtual meeting series as we lead up to the next general election here in St. Kitts and Nevis on the 5th of June. Family! Family! Anybody from constituency yet? Tonight we celebrate the official launch of the campaign of the Honorable Eugene Alistair Hamilton, your representative for constituency number 8. St. Peter's, Connery, Half Moon, Keys. Anybody from Campiagn? Atlas. When we roll, we don't roll alone. Hey. For the past 2 terms, the people of constituency number 8 have seen true representation. Representation that they had not seen in years. A man who has served his constituency for 20 years and more, 20 years elected politics and even more. A man who did more for constituency number 8 in opposition than his opponents did when they were in government. A man who did so much that by the time he was elected, the people of constituency 8 knew that it was only up, up, up for them. But you know, with such representation by such an upstanding man, representation in the sunshine, where you could walk in constituency number 8 with your head held high, no wonder no Jew could fall on the people of number 8. And so tonight, we come here to hear from the man himself, to hear all that he has done for the people of number 8, and so many more things that he will continue to do when he's elected on the 5th of June as the continued elected representative of those good people. But you know, they're feeling the pressure, you know. Them Labour people feeling the pressure, you know. When last you hear from them? Quiet as a mouse. Not a thing happening. You go on social media, Team Unity. You walk down the road, Team Unity. You go on the radio, Team Unity. Team Unity has a plan for the people of this country. They have a plan that works. There's no alternative. We cannot go back. On and on and on. Forward we go for a stronger and safer future on another term of Team Unity. What I say? One good term? One good term? You better believe it.
We must win. We must win. We must win. We must win.
Pressure. Pressure. And you know what can be sweeter in the next term? It can be sweeter when we add to the hall. When we add to the hall, it can be even sweeter. Martin say he coming with 3, you know. And you're not central lock. And boy, as for number 3, it can be licks. That song done right. And when I see a video from down in number 6 today, boy, pressure. I hear the man down there. Boy, Ninky, I hear the man down there, number 6, going house to house. He ain't do that in years. Pressure, I tell you. Boom, blast. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to move forward. And I want to welcome to the mic a young woman who has brought change to the people of constituency number 3. A young woman who is doing things and she's not elected yet. A young woman who can do. A young woman who has shown that she can do. And a young woman that I know will do when elected as the next parliamentary representative for the good people of constituency number 3, West Bastille. I want you to make some noise. Make some noise. And welcome to the mic, the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, the next representative for the good people of West Bastille.
Akila blessings going higher, higher, higher. It's burning like wine. Fire, fire. Akila blessings going high. It's burning like wine, burning like wine. Akila trying to sound today to keep the devil far away from her, from her. Oh, Father, can you
A pleasant good night to everyone. Boy, we're really in campaign mode, boy.
Akila will do for you. Akila will do for me.
Eugene, you bring them out tonight, boy. And it feel like a real campaign going on here tonight, boy. But Eugene, how they say you're in trouble in number 8? Not in here. And when I look and I see the people who came out, all the young people, men, women, supporting you, it tells me Eugene gone clear in number 8, for sure in number 8. Eugene is unstoppable in number 8. But before I get started, let me just say a pleasant good night to everyone viewing, whether you're viewing via Facebook, YouTube, Channel 95, you're listening via the radio. Welcome to the real campaign meeting, Team Unity, virtual meeting, the best meetings ever. The standard have been set and is no turning back now. So welcome to everyone viewing and listening. And a special good night, I have to say a special good night to the people of West Bastille. West Bastille. What can I say about West Bastille? Let me tell all you something now. The love and the support that I have been receiving in West Bastille is just overwhelming. West Bastille has shown and proven they are ready for a change in West Bastille. They are welcoming that change in West Bastille. And the amount of persons that show up every single day, sharing in my vision for West Bastille, for a stronger, safer future. There's no other choice in West Bastille, and it is clear, completely clear. The growing resurgence of volunteers. I mean, you pass by my office every single day and you see the amount of people stepping up to help in whichever way they can. And I welcome everyone of West Bastille. Whoever wants to join the campaign trail, you're more than welcome to join the campaign trail with me. But tonight it's not about West Bastille. Tonight it's about constituency number 8. And tonight, we are here to support the person we dub as Mr. Impact. This is a man who gets things done for the community. No long talking from him, Hey, talking and taking pictures, nothing. You just see things happening in number 8. He shows that he cares about number 8. He delivers for number 8. And that is why you are all here tonight in support of the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, the man for number 8. Eugene have always been a strong and passionate person for the People's Action Movement and for Team Unity in constituency number 8, and we expect nothing less in the next term when he returns victorious as the representative for constituency number 8. But what can we say about this great man, Eugene Hamilton? This man is the hardest working representative constituency 8 has ever had. And I'm sure you will all agree with that. You talk to the people in Campiagn, in St. Peter's, in Keys, in Atlas, in Half Moon, and they all tell you the same thing. He gets things done. No question about it. And whenever you hear Eugene Hamilton speaking, he's always speaking on behalf of the people of number 8, speaking for the needs of the people of number 8. And he intends to continue to speak on behalf of the people of number 8. And that is why, come the next general election, number 8 will say, Eugene, you're gone clear this time again. Eugene continues to put his community first because that's all he ever believes in. Putting the people of number 8 first. And he has delivered so much improvements in constituency number 8. And nobody can deny that at all. When we look at Connery, it is this caring man who knew that the elderly needed to be able to have that service provided to them where they can go and see a doctor. And so 2 days a week, he insisted that a doctor must be placed at the Connery Community Center to help the elderly in that community. Stapleton, Connery, St. Peter's, Campiagn, enough new houses built under this man in your communities. And we know, as with Eugene as the minister responsible for NHC, he said, he want a little pampy-nampy house for his people. He ain't want that. He want bigger, better housing, so you have a queen size and a king size bed in your house. That is representation. That is someone who understands the needs of the people and ensures that those needs are met. And Eugene Hamilton, you have to take a bow for that because you have been serving the people of number 8. And it's not just housing, and it's not just health care. The sporting facilities throughout that constituency, well taken care of as well. They try to say that he's not doing anything, but when you really look at it, this man have done so much improvement, but there's so much more that he has in store. And that is why on June 5th, I am urging everyone in constituency number 8, show up in your numbers in support of your representative, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton. And on that day, just make sure you place your X right next to the hat for the man of the hour, the Honorable Eugene Hamilton. Eugene Hamilton was given the Ministry of Agriculture, and we have seen that blossom over the past 5 years. There is no doubt about that. Farmers, even farmers within West Bastille, speak about the assistance they receive because Eugene wants to make sure that food security is number 1 in St. Kitts. He always insists that our agriculture must blossom and bloom, and we have seen it grown in leaps and bounds. And what is it, the Batica? That is provided for free. Free. He insists that that be provided for free.
because he knows it's important to our farmers. It is important to our food security. And so he delivers for the farmers and for agriculture. That is a man who cares about his community. That is a man who cares about this federation. And let us talk some more about what he did with NHC. Because they like to talk about the fact that Wayne built 1,000 homes or 2,000 homes. It's only been 5 years. They keep forgetting that part, you know. It's only been 5 years. And in 5 years, 5 has been greater than 20. And in NHC, we have seen that 5 have indeed been greater than 20. Because we know those houses that NHC build now can't compare. No house ever built in St. Kitts and Nevis can compare to those houses that Eugene insists on building in St. Kitts and Nevis. Today, our families are more comfortable in these houses. And then when you think about it, you know, we always talk about these NHC houses, and people used to complain and say, well, it's only these mothers with children. What about us men who are single? Eugene take care of that too. Vision. He understands that we have to be able to provide for everybody, for a great cross-section of people. And he continues to push and push and push the button to ensure that everybody at the end of the day is well taken care of, no matter your circumstances. So now our young men can be comfortable. What do you call them, Eugene? What do you call those houses for the young men? Fit for kings. Houses fit for kings. Yes, and their queens too. But I think when they get their queens, they will graduate to those nice bigger houses, them strawberry models, and so they're going to graduate to those when they get married and have their queens by themselves as well. The studio, yes. This is the impact that we are talking about when we speak about Eugene. Eugene is truly a man who makes an impact in whatever we give him to do. And we must say thank you to the Honorable Eugene Hamilton for that. To do. But he ain't done there. He still have a lot more years left in him. And that is why on June 5th, the people in number 8 don't make it clear Eugene is coming back for another 5 years. He has a long-term plan for the people of number 8 to ensure that they have a stronger, safer future. That is the impact of Eugene Hamilton. So whether you live in Campiagn, whether you live in Atlas, whether you live in Connery, whether you live in St. Peter's, whether you live in Keys, whether you live in Half Moon, best believe he has a future plan to take you even higher, because he is a man who stands by the people, and that is why we call him the Impact Man. And so, a vote for Eugene Hamilton, your PAM and Team Unity candidate in number 8, will ensure that the people of Connery receive that new stadium. And I know the footballers in Connery are ready for that. But I don't care how much stadium I got in Connery. Superstars and Trafalgar South Stars, we done got this thing. But that's all right. I could keep all your stadium. But the stadium will be there to be able to train a new generation of footballers or athletes in general. That is what Eugene has in store for the people of Connery, for the people of number 8. new health center in St. Peter's and Connery to bring better medical services to those communities. That is what the Impact Minister has in store for the people of number 8. Creating new jobs for our young people. And I hope I'm not taking away from your delivery this evening. But, the work that you do just excites me and I have to share it, Creating new jobs for young people of number 8 with aquaculture facility that will turn our seas into a boost for our economy. Tell me if that ain't a man of vision. Tell me if that's not a man of vision. I tell all you, he still have a lot more years left in him. Unless he ain't going nowhere, no time soon. Absolutely not. He is a man of impact. Why we gonna let him go anytime soon? No, another 5 years for Eugene Hamilton in number 8. And don't talk about safer roads. He don't like the idea of his constituents coming to him and telling him, man, Minister, these potholes mashing up my car, man. Every minute I need to buy a new part. So he don't tell Patches, more new roads in constituency number 8. And Patches don't say he will deliver for Eugene Hamilton because he knows that Hamilton is the Impact Minister. I've known this man from since I was a child. At my launch, he would have told you that he worked with my mother. And let me tell you, on a personal level, my mother always said Eugene Hamilton was the best boss she ever had. And that's just to show you the impact of this man, even from way back then. So the things that he would have done in National Caribbean Insurance and the advancement and changes that he made and the impact he had on the staff there, all of that he took with him, drop it into constituency number 8 and into all of the ministries that he now services. And so I ain't gonna go too much longer because I want to hear from the man of the hour myself. And so number 8, if you want a safer, stronger future, if you want to ensure that your families continue to progress and are empowered, if you want to ensure that you continue to have representation that makes an impact, I am telling you that on June 5th, you will vote for the Honorable Eugene Hamilton. Thank you very much. Good night.
Let me see you raise your hands and put them in the air. Put them in the air. High, high. Let me see you raise your hands.
For the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, Team Unity on fire. Team Unity on fire is more trouble in number 3, boy. Akila, no, you're going to win, you know. I say you're going to maybe give him 100, but I think you need to start counting from 250. You need to start counting from 250. Number 8, where you be? You hear all them things Akila talk about? You hear all them things that happen? You hear the impact in constituency number 8? And Akila know, you know, because I remember she really used to back here on, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, we now segue into a short video presentation.
Prior to 2015, I spoke to Dr. Joe personally about helping me with a house for me and my family. And shortly after, Dr. Joe told me that it cannot be done. After 2015, I spoke to Honorable Eugene Hamilton, and now it is being done. I want to thank the Almighty God for sending me to the Honorable Eugene Hamilton to ask for the help. I feel real good. I feel good. I feel at ease. So, Team Unity, back again in the community.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Just one more example of the impact man, the Honorable Eugene Alistair Hamilton. I now introduce to the stage a woman of great impact as well. Our very own Lady Diva. Put your hands together.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Eugene Hamilton. When it comes to the upcoming election, I must tell you about a man, Eugene Hamilton. In his quiet and humble manner that you see, he continues to serve his constituency. Just because he don't brag, because he don't boast. And he may not have a billboard on every post, but he put in his faith and trust in the Lord. And with that he'll be standing on his record. Yes. Did I do, die day? Did I do, die? If you take a look around number 8, there has been so many housing solutions to date. Talking about people empowerment, Hamilton is the one that the angel sent. Support for adults, support for the youth. It has been amazing to tell you the truth. So if you really want true representation, it must always be Eugene Hamilton. Yes. Did I do, die day? It has been a great challenge, interestingly. He's the man with the largest constituency, the length and the breadth of the Green Valley. Otley, St. Peter's, Keys and Connery, Cedar Grove in the north, Half Moon in the south. Not a single community is ever left out. Everybody getting some satisfaction from Honorable Eugene Hamilton. Yes. Did I do, die day? So whenever you see Drew all over the place, what you really seeing is Douglas' face. A man who insists he did nothing wrong when he caused us to sing the IMF song. But when a good woman finish away with she ex, there's no way she could come back and be his next. So tell the next gen, keep out of the game. It's Hamilton and unity again and again. Did I do, die day? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
When Christmas festivities was challenged by the government of the day, it resulted in the termination of a headmaster of those days of the Bastia High School, Mr. Jones. 2 years after, in 1970, Carnival was nationalized. In other words, government took it over. I became interested in why that should happen, why government can rule, heavy roller, if you will, over people. And so it began to shape my views about politics and politicians. When I came to this task, I didn't come to this task looking for riches. I didn't come to this task looking for land. I didn't come to this task looking for all kinds of power and authority. I come to serve knowing that God Himself has called upon us to be compassionate to others, to be compassionate to those who are even less fortunate than we are. And so I do my duty. I carry out my role and my duties with compassion. That's how I approach governance. And so for the next 5 years, given the opportunity, you will see no different. This government has delivered and can deliver and will continue to deliver. I'm therefore confident that when the opportunity comes, that the people of this federation, whether they live here or they live abroad, that they will think and support a Team Unity administration for a second term.
As little as we be no need corruption. It's hard to lose a good criminal action. It's hard to lose a
Boy, this meeting's sweet, you know. Man, make some noise. This meeting's sweet, you know. Boy, the impact, man. Let me tell you something. You Keela talking about houses. I remember them half a hoghead they used to build on the labor. Is that you want to go back to? Them half a hoghead? Or you ain't see Eugene Hamilton getting out the whole hog? People, we cannot go backwards. We must continue to move on and forward with Team Unity. We must continue to move forward to a safer, stronger future. We have shown what we can do over the past 5 years. We have shown that 5 is greater than 20. We have shown just how sweet it can be when we come together in unity, 3 parties, and the 4th and the 5th still benefiting. Because Labour people get sought out and NRP people get sought out. That is what we believe on the Team Unity administration. Bigger and better homes. Thank you to Minister Eugene Hamilton. He has shown that he has created an impact in every single area of his constituency. Whether you're living in St. Peter's or you're from Campiagn, he has done well by the people of that constituency. People, my name is Jonel Powell, and I endorse the Honorable Eugene Hamilton as the next parliamentary representative for constituency number 8.
He's not leaving, that's impossible to do.
When me palm people there, when me PLP people there, when you go out on the 5th of June and you're in constituency number 8, there's only one thing you have to do. Just drop the X next to the hat. Just drop the X next to the hat and vote for Eugene Hamilton. Boy, I can give you a short story, you know. You know, under this Team Unity administration, they're like surplus after surplus after surplus, you know. You know, they like to give double salary after double salary after double salary after double salary. One of my constituents who could not get a house after 20 years of a Labour administration was able to benefit from one. Thanks to the Team Unity administration housing policies and the good work by the people at NHC under the leadership of Eugene Hamilton. She said, Lord, Mr. Powell, I get my house finally. I want you to come see it. Imagine the woman went down courts and said, look, I want a king-size bed because they're building houses for kings and queens. They said, where you live? She said, I get a house from Hamilton and Powell up in Pine Gardens. They said, why you get a government house? She said, yes, a Team Unity government house. They said, but you can't put this bed in the house. She said, well, Mike, they said, no, this bed too big for them government houses. She said, stop right there. Stop right there. My government don't build a half a hoghead. We build houses for kings and queens. My bedroom could fit in a king-size bed. I want a king-size bed. When she went up there, the bed's so big that I had to knock out the top of the door to get the bed in the bedroom. That is the kind of bedroom that you get under this Team Unity government, thanks to Eugene Hamilton. 1 week later, she go back down courts. They said, what happened? The bed can't fit now? She laughed. She said, can't fit? The bedroom's so big, the bed fit and I want a dresser drawers for you going to. That is how good things are under this Team Unity government. People like Eugene Hamilton have shown what good representation is about, not just in his constituency, but across the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, not just in housing. He is the Minister of Agriculture. When you hear about fishermen going missing at sea, no longer. Y'all forget, they get the device, he can come and tell you what it called. They get the device, a GPS. So anything happened to them out at sea, you could track them down and bring them home safely. That is the kind of safety and security that you get under Eugene Hamilton and a Team Unity administration. And so, I want you to make some noise. Constituency number 8, show me some love. Constituency number 8, show me some love for your representative. Last time the boy went up there and they talked about licks. How much he get? About 300, Eugene? 300 votes he get licks by. Well, let me tell you, it's plenty more licks come this time, you know. Plenty more licks, you know. If you're from constituency number 8, please stand up and help me make some noise as we welcome to the mic your parliamentary representative. The next representative, the man who on the 5th of June will be confirmed. Three-peat for Eugene Hamilton. Make some noise for the Honorable Eugene Alistair Hamilton.
Cause you keep doing the things you do, you take care of your people too. Yes, you working with Eugene, we love you so. Cause you listen to people too, you work the hardest, so yes you do. Yes, you working with.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The member for number 2 who will replace the lots of the person who talks so much and says nothing. John L. Powell, I could call you the Honorable. Thank you for that introduction. I want to say a very good night to all those who are in social media land, who are watching this event tonight. As we welcome our Prime Minister,
Let me see you raise your hands and put them in the air.
and I want to thank you for staying up this late to watch and listen, and at the same time apologize for our late start. I want to thank those of you who've turned out as studio audience, my good supporters of constituency number 8, those who motivate me. I want the general public to understand that though we have a studio audience, we are observing the social distancing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. I want to thank my colleagues who are here, and even if they're not here right now, I know they've been working hard on the road for putting in the hours to ensure that we get a Team Unity victory on the 5th day of June. Tonight, I plan to be different. I was a bit perplexed as to what to talk about tonight, but then I had to make up my mind. I was perplexed because my campaign team was trying to warn me not to do certain things. And I wrestled with that because I really wanted to do certain things. But we will see as the night goes on whether they won or I won. But I don't want them to get upset with me, so I have to make sure I yield. But tonight, though, I want to speak to you. I want to be a little bit different. I want to speak to you on a topic. I want to speak to you on the topic of rock bottom has become the solid foundation upon which I have rebuilt my life. And a sub-theme which says, recognize your conscience and apply conscience to everything, because the conscience in you is the God in you. Understand that. Conscience within you is recognizing God in you. I want to speak to you on those two themes. I want to do that because there are a number of, in fact, the Team Unity Administration has done the same thing with St. Kitts and Nevis. They have restored the life of St. Kitts and Nevis from the rocks 5 years ago, rock bottom where St. Kitts and Nevis was. Dr. Harris, as leader of this team, has rebuilt St. Kitts and Nevis from the solid foundation of rock bottom where Douglas left it. And this is why I'm really talking on the team. It's not just about me alone, but about the nation state of St. Kitts and Nevis that has been rebuilt from the rocks on which it was marooned. And because of that lived experience of rock bottom and the journey I've been through, which has brought me to this point in my life, I turn to my God and I say to my God, I do not ask for any lighter burden. All I ask is for broader shoulders. I ask for broader shoulders. I need no lighter burden. I just need more work to do. Just give me broader shoulders. You see, in 1995, I was fired from a job I had as general manager, principal officer, and secretary to the board of National Caribbean Insurance. I was fired by Douglas. And the reason I started in 1995 is because I could have spoken about when I was a child and how we used to go barefoot up to the mountain to look after the animals. I could have spoken about that. I could have spoken about the 60s. When Mikey graduated, you all know Mikey Bertie, and the Bertie name was a sore thing for the then Labour Party in Campiagn. So the Berties got the brunt of the then Labour Party. So Mikey Bertie, who graduated before us, Mikey Bertie was the cook. You could always get food at his home because his mother and father were away, and therefore he had to know how to cook. So anytime you go by Mikey, you get food. I could talk about that bottom. But I won't talk about that. I want to talk about the 80s and the 90s. Because in the 90s, having been fired, I went to rock bottom. And I have to share that experience with you so that you can understand when you are at rock bottom, how do you rebuild your life? That's the lesson I want to impart to you tonight. Because the very lesson of rebuilding your life can be seen in the rebuilding of this own country's life after the Douglas Labour government. But to tell you about 95, I have to go back to 1989. Because in 1989, I was recruited to work for National Caribbean Insurance. And when I got to National Caribbean Insurance, you heard the Honorable Senator Byron Nisbet tell you about working at National with her mother. When I got there, the company was doing $5.1 million in premium income after operating for 16 years. Its asset base was about $6 million. 6 years later, while I was there, the premium income had grown from $5.1 million to $14.2 million, an increase of $9.1 million in just 6 years. It is that kind of leadership that I bring to the government to team up with my partner, using our imagination to respond to the needs of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. That's what I bring. So when I offer myself for a second term, I'm not just offering myself as a second term as any hanger-on. I'm offering myself as a second term as a man who has been there, who has led, and who was at rock bottom, and who wants to climb again. So in 1995, 31st day of October, 10 minutes after 3 in the afternoon, I got a letter that I was terminated and I must park up the company car at 3 o'clock, but it had gone 3. That's what it was. I want you to know, Edmund Lawrence, if you're listening, I have already forgiven you, because it's not your fault, it's really Douglas. I said that because, having been terminated, I started an insurance company of my own. At the time, you only had to put $200,000 to start an insurance company. But I raised $550,000. And I had commitment for another $1 million. And Douglas would not give me a license to operate in my own country. A man without a conscience. And once you don't have a conscience, it tells you that there's something wrong with the God in you. I say that was the rock bottom from which I came, rebuilt my life, and the experience has helped me to be able to join Dr. Harris and others to deliver for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. You see, I learned then what it meant to have no conscience. I say that because it would surprise you if I tell you that my children were being treated by Dr. Douglas as a doctor. They went to him. And yet, for me to earn a living in my country to look after my children, Douglas denied me an opportunity to start and work my own company. I have to tell the story because many people don't know. I can't even tell you half the story. I'm telling you 10% of the story. I can't tell you all because it's too much. Let me tell you, for example, when I got fired in 95, I had a mortgage at National Bank. I was paying $4,600 a month. In them days, it's plenty money. Me paid it big. Here, Dr. Harris, me paid it big. It's true. I'm going to give him this here to show him how big the pay was. Wow. Now look here. You see, in 95, I'm showing him, when I call the figure, they're going to say it's true. What you see? In 1995, when they fired me, I earned $170,000 that year. I was paying $4,600 a month in mortgage. And you know what National do me? They raised my mortgage to fire me. So imagine I out of a job, have to find $6,000 to pay National, and the jokers out there, we can sell a house. I had just built my house in 1994. I tell you that to tell you I was at rock bottom. Like this country was at rock bottom when Douglas left it. And Douglas recognized that Dr. Harris has the ability to rebuild the country. That's why Douglas wanted to take it again. From rock bottom. Experience can tell those of you, because all of you have had your bottom at some point. But you have to find the fortitude to rebuild your life from rock bottom. Now, that was 1995. But then, I was forced to go to work somewhere else because the license did not come. And again, I'm mentioning this because of my detractors, not because I want to, because I don't have any. I'm a poor man. I grew up without shoes on my feet, walking up to Campiagn barefoot, and one pair of dog muzzle to wear to church and school. So don't underestimate that. I understood what it is to be at that level. But Douglas did me a favor. I only learned that afterwards. I'm saying that to tell you, when you're at rock bottom, don't lose hope because you don't know how you will begin to climb and where that will take you. Fast forward, for example, when I did catch my wheels after, I went to earn more than what I was earning in 1995. I'll give you by example. I'm saying it because my detractors say, I am coming to this job and I want a second term or third term because I want a big pension. That's what they say. But in 2004, I earned $250,000. In 2005, $236,000. In 2006, $275,000. And I wasn't getting the government pay. It was generated from my own ability to produce and to develop people to the heights where they qualify for $1 million wanted. And I spent it all on Campiagn people too. Football boots, all kind of things. I wasn't keeping it for myself. That is why in Campiagn, people don't understand that I still have so much loyalty around me. That was 1995 to 2000, I began earning. But then, that taught me that the man they called Douglas was a man without a conscience. In 2001, the US was using Vieques as a bombing range in Puerto Rico. And when somebody got killed and there was trouble carrying out the operation in Vieques, who do you think stepped up? Douglas. Wage to St. Kitts, he said. You think Douglas, he has no conscience. Bring a bombing range here so you all could die of cancer. No conscience. And worse, in 2011, you also the trucks line up with those from Dubai who come here as well. And then in 2013, a motion of no confidence, 12, 13, 14, 15, hijacked this country for 26 months. That man don't have no conscience. And when you recognize that conscience is a representation of the God in you, I could understand why he wanted to sit in Parliament. That Christian, he says. I handed out this document a while ago to my colleagues. And I will show you how he has no conscience. The last thing to show you, he has no conscience. You all heard about land for debt swap. Did you not? Well, the land for debt swap was to take care of a debt to National Bank, which he would not. You know, they claim they leave 600 million, but yet a land for debt swap to cover over $700 million owed to National Bank that they could not pay. If they didn't have land, crop with a smoke National Bank pipe, and the whole OEC is if they didn't have land. But here what happened. On this list of debts to National Bank is something called La Valley Greens Limited. It's here, you know. $1 million borrowed owed to National Bank. La Valley ain't pay back. Whose money is in National Bank? Yours and mine. Poor people money. $85 million. And how does the no conscience man deal with it? Push it in with the land for that swap. So your land pay for your own money what La Valley gone with. And then if you want to buy the land, you got to buy it at a higher price. Screw you 3 times. A man without a conscience. That's what it is. And when you have no conscience, it tells you and tells me that you have no God in you. If you find yourself hugging up with a man who have no conscience, check yourself. Check yourself, because what that means is that you may very well be one without a conscience too. Because birds of a feather, they say, flock together. If you find yourself saying that despite all of the success under the Team Unity administration, you want to go back to Douglas, you have no conscience. You have no conscience. You were born with that God in you, that conscience. And your conscience draws from you compassion. Once you have a conscience, that little voice which tells you you're doing something wrong, it makes you want to do some things which are compassionate. That is why I like 1 John 3 and verse 17 and 18, you know. If anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need and show no compassion on his brother, compassion because of the conscience, how does God love abide in him? 1 John 3, go read it. Because we are called upon to be compassionate. And that is something that is lacking in the leadership of the Douglas Labour Party. That is why there's no reason to go back to Douglas. If you have a conscience in you, if your God still resides in your chest, I urge you now to spend a few moments between now and election in some solitude. It could be your bedroom. Close the door. Better if it's dark. And think. Think before you return to the man without any conscience. Think. A vote for my opponent is a vote for Douglas. Think. You think it's a joke I'm making? Douglas, I told you, was a doctor who treated my children. So as far as my wife was concerned, he was a good man. Nice fellow. I like him. So too is Drew. A doctor pretending to be nice. But he's just like Douglas. Don't let history repeat itself. And that is what I call upon the people in my constituency in particular to do. Never allow history to repeat itself. If you understand your history, you would not relive it. Let me tell you, for example, I am proud of the fact that Solid Waste Management Corporation embarked on a program because of the initiative of my ministry, led by me, which has removed over 7 million pounds of scrap metal out of the country. All those old cars, and we're still doing more. That is a project of which I'm proud. And if you say that is not a good thing, something wrong with your conscience. And if something wrong with your conscience, check yourself, because your God is not in you. And what is more, that project has now embarked on a waste bin distribution project. Man, they look good across the country, see? Whenever you go to the village, nothing look good, so. But apart from looking good, it serves the important community, the importance of moving garbage safely, protecting our workers, because they can now be lifted and dumped by the truck itself. And you know what? They say it's smart because it's tied to your meter. So John Brown can go with it and we ain't find it. If you find yourself in that solitude in the room with the door closed, thinking that the sugar workers were paid, over 2,000 sugar workers were paid, and with a family of 4, 10,000 people were directly impacted by that payment of $16 million, and you say that's not good, something wrong with your conscience. If you find yourself thinking, well, this Team Unity government pay 4 double salaries in 5 years, and if you find yourself there still saying you want to go back to Douglas, something wrong with your conscience. Something wrong with your conscience. If you are one who got your house roof repaired, and even if you didn't get your house roof repaired, you know somebody who got the house roof repaired, and you say that's not good, something wrong with your conscience. In my own constituency, $9 million was spent by the government fixing people's house roof. $9 million. $5.7 million in material and $3,432,800 in labor costs. You know how much poor people put on a roof in the constituency and benefit from that? You want to tell me my government do that and somebody gonna say that's not good? Something wrong with your conscience. If you consider the number of individuals who are benefit from the PAP program, $500 every month for families whose income is below $3,000, and you say that's not good, something wrong with your conscience. And that means the God in you is dead. And if you look at our roads and public infrastructure done by the Honorable Patches Liebert, and you say that is not good, something wrong with your conscience. The Honorable Ian Patches Liebert deserves another term because of the hard work he has put in on public infrastructure. You maybe got stoplights too. And good bus terminals. And Old Road Bay transform. Man, if that ain't good, something wrong with your conscience, man. And those in East Bastia and all the way over to Southeast Peninsula who could stand up and tell me, any one of them stand up and tell me, Patches don't deserve a second term, something wrong with their conscience. And when you look at the housing revolution in this country, when you look at the housing revolution in this country, and you say that's not good, Something wrong with your conscience. In St. Peter's, Lord, I'm proud of you. Because in St. Peter's, we have pioneered in housing revolution. We have the first set of studio units. And right now, see them right there? Thank you. 3 of them on the ground floor, studio units. 1 on the top floor and a 2-bedroom on the other side of it. And you know, how can anybody stand and say, Hamilton, no, do nothing. I wonder if they're blind. Something wrong with the conscience. That's what it is. We are also pioneering in St. Peter's because we bought a 6-unit townhouse. Some people describe it as a condo. You know why? Because now those units on the end ain't got 2 bedrooms anymore. They got 3. A 3rd bedroom on the ground floor is to accommodate that old grandmother who can't climb the steps every day. That is the kind of imagination that we bring to the housing revolution. That's what it is. And if you look at what Lindsey Grant has accomplished in tourism, revolutionized tourism, nowhere else in the world has got the kind of growth that he has been able to achieve. Lindsey Grant deserves a 2nd term, and if you say no, something wrong with your conscience. So when we walk into Church Street, I want to be there. And while I'm there, I want Lindsey Grant to be there. And if that doesn't happen, if we are not there, something wrong with the conscience of the people who went out to vote. And if you look at what happened with the national debt, bringing the national debt under control, led by Dr. Harris, a man who understands finance and accounting, he has brought our national debt under 60%. I think it's down to 30-something now, Doctor? Well, I don't know the figure right now. But it's under 60, which is the benchmark for the world. Paid off the IMF $117 million. And you watch that happen in 5 years and say, it's no good. Something wrong with your conscience. And if you look at the fact that today we can boast of practically the elimination of homicide by guns, so we could have a safer, stronger St. Kitts and Nevis, and you say that's not good, something wrong with your conscience. And if you look at the way, the skillful way in which Dr. Harris managed COVID-19. Envy of the world, COVID-19. Today we have no one who is infected in our country. We've had no deaths, no hospitalization, and that is astute management of a pandemic. And you say that's not good, something wrong with your conscience. I believe that one day, in retrospect, we might look back and say that this period of COVID was perhaps the most beautiful. It sounds funny, but let me tell you, what this period should teach you is how to be conservative, how to be thrifty, how to understand that you're human and you understand your immortality. That's what the Spirit should teach you. That's why I said it's the most beautiful, because it humanizes you, make you understand all of the good things that we boast about could be easily taken away with one pandemic. And we have managed that ship of state so greatly, so wonderfully during this period, that if you don't agree that is something good, something wrong with your conscience. And if you have been in that room and think of all these things and recognize that all these good things have happened under a team unity administration, there is no reason why any one of us should not be returned with new people coming on board. In my constituency, I am proud of the Connery Health Center services. You know how good I feel when those older folks in Connery who need a doctor's service don't have to go downtown anymore in Patch's constituency. They just go by the community center and they get this service. I am so proud of that. And above everything else, I know that Connery is a sporting community. Football is their main thing that brings them together. But let me tell the people in Connery, you better understand that health is one of the greatest gifts you can have when you have good health. And I can guarantee that that Connery football pavilion seat there is coming soon. I am also proud that the fastest growing area in my constituency, St. Peter's, has had the most houses of anywhere in my constituency. Today we are closing in on 51 of them in St. Peter's alone. And as I told you earlier, we've had the studio apartments, and we've also had the condo style hotel type units at Stapleton. I am proud, I say I'm proud in my constituency that the basketball facilities in Keys was resurfaced with brand new hoops for the people to play the basketball, properly lit so they could play basketball at nights. That's it. The only thing that's wrong with me, and I have to admit, I don't boast enough. I just deliver and create impact in every community, and I don't boast enough. You know one of my proudest achievements in Campiagn? Young men and women can play football and cricket at nights now because St. Mary's Park is flooded with lights. And they look at it and say, I ain't doing nothing. Something wrong with their conscience. And you know what? We resurface the road and we build a walkway outside of the road to allow children to walk from Cunningham all the way up to the primary school without having to walk in the road. That is one of my proudest achievements. And if you don't think so, something wrong with your conscience. I feel so proud of the houses we have built. Someone say, but you're not building a house in Keys. We already reached 8. It ain't because they ain't in cluster. I am particularly proud of Sister Lynn. Sister Lynn got a house. Sister Lynn, wherever you are, if you're listening, big up. You understand? In Keys. In Connery, I'm so proud that one of the most important institutions that our country will ever celebrate is our Heroes Park. Our Heroes Park is strategically placed and it forms part of the Connery community. And as life goes on, you might come to appreciate what the important value of that institution is right there next to your playing field. It is that houses some of the history that we should never forget. A history of the Bradshaws, a history of the Southwells, a history of the France, a history of the Daniels, and a history of Sir Kennedy. And I want to think that one of the proudest moments is what we have done for housing for people who don't even have to pay. A house in every community for a social importance to someone who needs and who is indigent. It was only a few months ago that a young man who is crippled from his neck down for the past 11 years received a house in Campiagn. And you know what? I find that interesting because the family did not support me, especially starting with the big one, Shez. But it didn't matter. I am not doing it for the politics. It's about need. And the young man, 11 years in that state, can now feel comfortable rather than being a house where they are pushing him out. I feel so honored how we were able to rehabilitate the St. Peter's Sporting Complex and name it after one of St. Peter's greatest sons, Atiba Harris. Many people don't know the story of Atiba, you know. As a youngster around 18, Atiba was sent to England hoping to get a contract. And the Football Association here, whether for greed or whatever, did not properly give him support. And he was in England in real trouble, not getting anywhere. And when his mother called me and told me what he was going through in England, I found the resources and sent a ticket and brought him back home. The association didn't even know. And when he came home, and after resting up a while, he found his feet. And today, Atiba has turned himself into a financially independent individual, an example to every youth of this nation. I am proud of the Dean Glassford School. We have been able to put a brand new roof on that school and outfitted it with several computers, I think it's 15, so that the children of St. Peter's could be familiar with the technology. Yes, I am proud of the road from Connery to Half Moon Bay, linking that new hotel. I am proud of the schools in Campiagn, where we have replaced the asbestos roof with a proper roofing. I am proud of the fact that that lab in the primary school has 24 computers. I'm proud that the lab built in the high school can accommodate 20 persons doing technical drawing using AutoCAD. But some people look around and say, I do nothing. Something wrong with their conscience. I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to do the roads in Cunningham Heights and Cabistry Housing Project. And in Cabistry Housing Project, they never had any cable. And we have put cable in there now. As short as life is, don't make the mistake to be a careless waste of time going back to anything named Douglas. Don't waste the time. A vote for anyone in the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party is a vote for Douglas. You're voting for anybody named Drew. You're voting to support a man without conscience. I want to say to you that in the years ahead, in our second term, you shall see roads through Bayfords to Campiagn from O'Gee's. You shall see a bypass road taking you around the village of Campiagn so you don't have to drive through a congested village. You will see new facilities at St. Peter's basketball court and netball court. You will see new health centers in St. Peter's and Connery, brand new in both communities. You will see the completion of the pavilion in Connery. You will see the completion of the resurfacing of the Half Moon Bay roads. We will see the eradication of that water challenge that we have in Campiagn and the surrounding communities. That will be taken care of in our second term. You will see we will develop an agricultural farm in the Campiagn area, aquaculture, so that we can produce fish for protein consumption. We will look towards working to develop a bypass between St. Peter's and Campiagn, avoiding the airport. We will create opportunities for turtle watch in Keys Village, because Keys Village is a turtle community. Turtles come up there to lay their eggs. And we must be able to turn that into some commercial benefit for some people who live there. We will certainly continue to work to get the Ice and Wharton Center of Excellence. We will also ensure that we look at putting that sidewalk from the Anglican Church in St. Peter's all the way up to the Atiba Harris playing field. We are building a stronger and safer nation. We cannot build a nation without your support. Those of you who are listening to the sound of my voice tonight, I repeat, we cannot build this nation without your support. That's why we're inviting you on June the 5th to turn out in your large numbers and to use what you have learned from being isolated in that room that your conscience told you, and vote for a team unity candidate everywhere. In constituency number 1, let us bring Patches home. In constituency number 2, let us bring General Powell home. In constituency number 3, we will bring Aquila home. In constituency number 4, we will bring Lindsey Grant home. In constituency number 5, the Deputy Prime Minister is already home. In constituency number 6, we work to bring Kevin Williams home. In constituency number 7, the Prime Minister done go home. And in constituency number 8, we're gonna rumble, and we're gonna rumble, and on the day of counting, constituency 8 will be part of the number that brings home the bacon to the Team Unity administration. I want to close, but before I close, I want to mention something about health. Because my opponent, you see, thinks because he's a doctor, he could talk about health. But he only talking. And I will say to him again, the world is not changed by your opinion, but by your deeds, by what you have done. And the fact that he took himself up and went to Germany during the period of COVID, came back home and didn't isolate himself. The world is not changed by your opinion, by what you have done. and then to bring some kits here that every country in the world is sending back to China because you want to make tons of money. The world is not changed by your opinion. You talk too much and do too little. I'm saying to you, we have done a mental health facility in the 5 years. The WHO says that the standard to apply to each community is 10%. It's 10% of our population is somehow mentally challenged. It means about 5,000 of us. How many of us in here? 1 in every 10. I hope it's not me. But it only takes a death in the family to cause something like that, you know. So it could be any of us. And then we have put an oncology unit in the hospital to help save lives. That's what we have done. And then we reached out to the Taiwanese. And we got a 3-year program that ensures that there's a kidney disease program training our people to identify those at risk at the source, at the point of service in the health centers. Because kidney disease is one of the things that cause people to do dialysis, costing $800 per treatment, $120,000 a year if you're doing hemodialysis. And you know, that reminds me of something. Because a certain doctor left here to study nephrology, and up to now, he let politics get in the way. And so Senkis is still without a nephrologist, and he could have been the one. I want to close. I want to close by inviting those in the country who have listened to this address tonight. I want to close by inviting those in constituency number 8 who understand that we have delivered. I want to close by inviting you to go out in your numbers on June the 5th and vote in your large numbers and return me as the representative for constituency number 8. And as I always do when I'm closing, I say to you, choose hope over despair. Choose unity over division. Choose inclusion over exclusion. Choose integrity over dishonesty. Choose servant leadership over dictatorship. These elections, choose team unity over Douglas Labour. Good night.
Impact, impact, impact. Constituency 8, put your hands together for your parliamentary representative. That is real leadership. That is real representation. That is real impact. Boy, Gina, I'll forget about some of them things, you know. Is all of that you do? All of that? 5 years really more than 20, boy. Well, if you do all of that in the first 5, well, imagine what you're going to get in the next 5. Well, we're going to now give you a little preview of what you will get in the next 5.
Hi, my name is Tyrone Gould. Now for y'all know me by Granny. Many of y'all don't know that my mother had a cancer situation. A lot of you guys don't know that Eugene, Honorable Eugene Hamilton was there, along with the government, social service, and the Ministry of Health. So I'm just encouraging you, also she, to go out there, we elect Eugene, Honorable Eugene Hamilton, because the next family might be yours.
Stepping at the streets, me feel up me one day if it bitter. Seeing me is a linking on a leather. Please me heart free upon them days. Don't be the queen.
Me myself, and I just trying to get you all involved in this election to try my best to put the man back in office. Put Gene Hamilton back in office once more. Put him back in office to continue his work, the great job he has done. Let's get our hands together, really join each other, and put back Gene Hamilton back in office. Before he comes.
Love me one day if you bitter. See enemies are linking one another. Please me heart free upon them days. Go with the queen and
I'm voting for a stronger, safer future. So, vote Team Unity.
It's so amazing to see my people living in harmony.
You see impact? Let me tell you, I know how that going, you know. My brother suffers from kidney failure. He could not get the necessary treatment he in St. Kitts under Labour government administration. He had to go off to England to get treatment. And there he lived for years. Couldn't come back home because there was no proper dialysis treatment available for him in the land of his birth. It was only under Team Unity administration that he was able to come back because they know how to care for people. They know how to provide for people. And that was how he came back to St. Kitts for the first time in years. I was able to get the necessary dialysis treatment here. Thank you to Team Unity administration. I don't know what the time is in England now, but I know he up and I know he watching, so good night, Tonito. That is what your Team Unity administration does for you and your family. That is what people like the Honorable Eugene Hamilton bring to the table. He might not be a medical doctor, but he sure as hell doing more than that doctor could ever do. That is impact. Forward ever to a safer and stronger future with your Team Unity administration. You know, it's like you had a boyfriend or you had a girlfriend, and years you're together, and it's just pure knockbout, pure bad treatment, pure bite. And eventually you say, look, I can't do it no more. I can't take it on no more. Lord. And that new somebody just comes into your life. That new somebody comes into your life and make you feel good. All the loving and attention you never got from that old one, you're getting from the new one. And all of a sudden, the 5 years that you spend with this new one just overshadowed the 20 years of badness and bad feeling from the last one. And then one day, the old one catch himself and come from nowhere. You want where he come from. And want to promise and say, Lord, forgive me. Lord, I changed my ways. Lord, I turned Christian. And you can believe he? You can believe he? That is a man with no conscience. And so, you have to stick with the one who's taking care of you. You have to stick with the one who is putting you in the king-size house. Not the one who want to put you in a half a hog head. Because that's what he taught to you. The same one, he said, hog the bee. That is what he taught to you. He put you in a half a hog head. Stick with the man who putting you in the house fit for king and fit for queen. The Honorable Eugene Alistair Hamilton. Put your hands together again for him, ladies and gentlemen. Let me once again say good night to all of you who are looking at us this evening at this virtual rally in support of the Honorable Eugene Hamilton. This is your team unity here to continue service to you, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. And I want to say good night to all of you, whether you're looking at us on Channel 95, you're looking at us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Zoom, whether you're listening on the radio. Listen good. Listen to what has been happening in this country over the last 5 years. Listen to the progress that you have seen and felt, each and every one of you. Don't say you ain't get nothing. When you go in the supermarket and you ain't have to pay VAT on the food, you get something. When your mother getting $500 a month, that is $500 you don't have to go look to take care of her. You're getting something. When your sister gets your house roof fixed by the team unity government, that is one less stress for you and your family. You get something. Who ain't think they get this time, they will get in the next term? Everybody can get the same time. How many houses built in St. Peter's? 51? 50-something houses. Well, we know there are more than 50 people in St. Peter's. But if you ain't get this time, trust me, you're going to get in the next term of this team unity administration. I want to encourage everybody. I know they say, man, unity got this again. I know they say one good term deserves another. But that can only happen if you come out on the 5th of June and vote. Do not take it for granted. We don't want to win by a little bit of margin. We want to show that the people of St. Kitts and Nevis are fully in support of who is in support of them. That is your team unity administration. I want you to come out and put your X in the box next to the hat in the constituencies where you have a PAM candidate. I want you to come out and put the X in the box next to the SAW in constituencies 3 and 7 for the PLP candidates. Sorry, in constituencies 3 and 7 and 6 where you have the PLP candidates. I want you to put the X in the box and drop the hammer on them in Nevis and vote for the CCM party. This team unity administration has done so much. We have a plan. We have a track record and we have a plan. The opposition has provided no plan for you because they have no plan. They're only hell-bent on getting back into power. That is what they want, power. At all costs, at any cost, at your cost. Well, not again, you know. No land for debt swap again, you know. No IMF debt again, you know. No time. While they're looking power, we're looking for progress. And that progress will only take place in this country under another team unity administration led by Dr. the Honorable Timothy Sylvester Harris. That is the only way forward. Backwards never, forwards ever. This can't gonna reverse. It's pure drive. Pure drive. And we have the drive to continue to take care of you. Central Bastia, good night. Boy, hey, it's trouble in Central Bastia, you know. It's mass in Central Bastia, you know. We ain't gonna music festival this June, but we got mass on the 5th of June in Central Bastia, you know. So, Marcelo, but if you're tuned in again, because we obviously know you like to tune into Team Unity, good night. I have your back. But they're in the past, and we're looking forward. And so I want you all to join with me and welcome to the mic the Prime Minister of our country, St. Kitts and Nevis. The best Prime Minister in the Caribbean, and dare I say in the world. The Prime Minister that has shown that although we might be small, we know how to handle business. And we know how to excel above the rest. Good management, proper management, responsible management. This is a man that we trust with the people's money. This is a man that we trust with the people's country. No longer shall we look back to who has gone, but we look forward to who will continue to work in what is in the best interest of each and every one of us. Harris again! Harris again! Come to your feet and please help me welcome the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, the